Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Welcome to your English grammar class. Today we are going to start another topic from your English grammar book. It is lesson number 20 of your grammar book, and the topic is active and passive voice for past continuous tense. My dear students, in your previous classes we have learned this active and passive voice for simple present tense, for simple past tense, for present continuous tense. Now we are going to take up another tense, past continuous tense. Today we will be learning how to convert a sentence from active voice to passive voice in past continuous tense. Okay, my dear students, so let's get started. See, dear students, today's topic is active and passive voice, part 3rd. Okay, it is the 20th lesson of your grammar book, and it is the active and passive voice for which tense? Past continuous tense. In the previous classes you have learned that past continuous tense is used to express those actions which were going on continuously for some period of time in the past. Okay, my dear students, they started in the past, they continued in the past, and they finished in the past. Okay, such actions are expressed with the help of past continuous tense. And at that time you have learned the structure, active structure for past continuous tense is subject, then helping verb was or were, plus ing form of verb plus ing, plus the object. Subject, you know, the doer of the action or about whom we talk, and object is the acted upon or the receiver of the action. It answers what or whom. It answers what or whom of the verb. And my dear students, this was, it is used with singular subjects, and I, this were, it is used with plural subjects, and you. See, now we have to learn the passive structure of past continuous tense. You have to learn what is the passive structure of past continuous tense. Means when we have to convert, when we have to change a sentence from active voice to passive voice in past continuous tense, what sequence we have to follow at that time. My dear students, you have already learned that the subject of active voice becomes the object of passive voice, and the object of active voice, it becomes the subject in passive voice. So here the structure for passive voice becomes subject. You know, here the subject is not the doer of the action, it is the receiver of the action, plus was or were, depending upon the number. If it is singular, you are using was, and if it is plural or you are using were. Then being. Then the third form of the verb. V3 stands for the third form of the verb, past participle. Okay. Then by, preposition by. And then the object. Object is here the doer of the action. Doer of the action. In passive voice, object is the doer of the action, and the subject is the receiver of the action. And you know that when we change a sentence from active voice to passive voice, this subject changes its form. Like if it is I, it becomes me. If it is she, it becomes her. If it is we, it becomes us. We have learned that in previous classes. Let's go through some examples. I was eating food. I is the subject, doer of the action. I was eating food. And what was I eating? Food. So what? It answers what? Food. It is the object. Now you see the passive? Food. Here this object, it will become the subject. Food was being. You see the structure? Food was being. Then eaten. You see this eat. Eat is the ing form. Third form of eat is eaten. So food was being eaten by me. So I was eating food. Food was eaten by me. This I, it will change to me. Now they were killing the snake. They is the doer of the action. They is the subject. Were are we using because they is plural. Killing is ing form of kill, and the snake is the receiver of the action, object. They killed whom? Or they were killing whom? They were killing the snake. The snake is the object. Now this object will become subject in passive voice. The snake was being killed. V3, killed by them. The snake was being killed by. So my dear students, the snake was being killed by them. So you see, this object, it becomes the subject in passive voice. This they, it changes the form in passive voice. This killing, ing form, it becomes third form of the verb in passive voice. He was cutting the trees. He is the subject, was is the helping verb, cutting is the ing form of verb, the trees is the receiver, object, okay? Object. Now here it will become subject. The trees were being cut by him. This he, it becomes him. This cutting, it becomes cut, because cut is remains the same in all the three forms. Cut, cut, cut. We don't say cut, cutted, cutted, okay? It is cut, cut and cut. She was singing a song. She is the subject. Was is the helping verb. Singing is the ing form of verb. A song is the object. So, she was singing a song. Now, you see the passive? A song was. A song is singular. So, was. You see here, the trees were plural. So, we used were. A song was being sung. Sung is the third form of sing. By her. This she, it becomes her. We were playing tennis. We is the subject. Were is the helping verb. Playing is the ing form of play. And tennis is the object. Tennis was being played by us. You see, tennis is the subject here. In passive voice, the receiver is the subject. The acted upon is the subject. Was being played is the third form of play by us. This we, it changed to us. So my dear students, today we learned active and passive voice for past continuous tense. We learned the active structure is subject plus was or were plus ing form of the verb plus the object. And in passive voice we know the object becomes here the subject and the subject here it becomes the object. And we use the third form of verb in passive voice and this preposition by also. I was eating food. Food was eaten by. Food was being eaten by me. They were killing the snake. The snake was being killed by them. He was cutting the trees. The trees were being cut by him. She was singing a song. A song was being sung by her. We were playing tennis. Tennis was being played by us. So my dear students, you will remember that the subject of active voice, it becomes the object in passive voice, and the object of active voice, it becomes the subject in passive voice. Okay, and we always use the third form of the verb in passive voice, and the subject also changes its form. It also changes its form in the passive voice. So my dear students, this was all about active and passive voice in past continuous tense. See you inshallah in next class. Till then, take good care. Allah Hafiz.